It was definitely gradual, and then it just like was a very big flip, obviously, when Taylor and Travis started dating and that.
When Taylor and Travis first started dating back in 2023, honestly, a lot of people were skeptical it would even last. Two insanely busy careers, both with some rough relationship history behind them, the odds felt kind of stacked against it. But turns out this one was actually the real deal. Fast forward to July 3rd, 2026, and the two officially tied the knot at Madison Square Garden. But here's something we don't talk about enough. This relationship didn't just change Taylor and Travis's lives. It completely flipped the script for the entire Kelce family too. And now, 3 years later, Jason Kelce is finally opening up about what that shift actually looked like from the inside. On the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Jason got real about how much things changed once his brother started dating Taylor. He said he and Travis were already well known in the football world. Sure, but once Taylor entered the picture, it wasn't a slow build, it was a massive, sudden flip. And the fan base shift? Honestly hilarious. Jason joked that he went from constantly getting stopped by big grown men thanking him for his years as an Eagle to suddenly having little girls recognizing him everywhere. Total 180 in terms of who was actually excited to see him.
I went from very much being dominated by, large fat men coming up to me and shaking my hand and thanking me for being an Eagle to little girls. It was quite a shift of people that became fans. It was definitely gradual, and then it just like was a very big flip, obviously, when Taylor and Travis started dating and that.
And fans clearly still love him for it, because plenty flooded the podcast's YouTube comments showing him love. One fan even shared a sweet personal story, saying they met Jason years ago at one of his daughter's field hockey games. They said he was just as kind, genuine, and down-to-earth in person as he seems on TV. No bodyguard, no attitude, just taking pictures and chatting with anyone who came up to him. Speaking of things fans just cannot stop investigating, turns out even Travis's wedding ring has become a full-blown detective mission. And jewelers are actually breaking down every tiny detail we've gotten so far. Even though we're still waiting on official wedding photos, fans got their very first glimpse of the rings on July 10th. That's when Taylor and Travis showed up to Juju Smith-Schuster and Laura Crook's wedding, and paparazzi managed to catch a distant shot of their matching gold bands. Since then, Travis has given us a few more looks. His trainer Chris Carter posted a photo on July 20th showing off the ring clearly, in the same post where he hinted Travis might be playing his final NFL season. Travis was also spotted training in Florida, ring fully visible. And even without a super close-up shot, jewelers are already confidently breaking down the details. According to Steph Mazwera, who runs her own engagement ring brand, Travis went with something intentionally simple. A timeless piece rather than a flashy statement ring. As for the size, both Olivia Landau of the Clear Cut and Lauren Bach of Hera Fine Jewelry estimate it's a fairly wide band. They say it's somewhere around 5 to 6 millimeters, maybe even a touch more. Mazwera agrees it's likely a classic domed style in 18-karat yellow gold, rounded edges. The whole traditional look that's been popular in men's wedding bands for decades. Bach also pointed out that the wider band fits right into a trend she's seeing with a lot of her male clients lately. People are gravitating toward a more substantial masculine look, which honestly tracks with Travis's whole personal style. And here's a sweet detail. His choice of yellow gold isn't random either. Jewelers say it actually complements Taylor's own engagement ring, a nice subtle way of matching without going overboard. As for the price tag, don't expect anything close to Taylor's engagement ring, but Mazwera estimates Travis's band likely falls somewhere between $2,000 and $6,000, with cost mainly coming down to the weight and craftsmanship of the piece. And when it comes to whether this ring will stand the test of time, jewelers seem to agree. Absolutely. Both Landau and Mazwera call it a timeless, trend-proof design. Mazwera even points out that classic yellow gold is having a bit of a comeback moment right now, with more men leaning towards simple, long-lasting pieces over flashier alternative metals. Moving on. We already knew Chris Carter was dropping hints about The Last Dance, But it turns out that comment might have opened up a whole can of worms fans weren't expecting. Just weeks after marrying Taylor in that massive Madison Square Garden ceremony, Travis is now shifting his focus back to football. But not everyone's happy about how that Hall of Fame hint got out. Travis has been training with longtime coach Andrew Spru-Ill and Pro Football Hall of Famer Cris Carter ahead of camp. And when Cris posted a photo with him, he wrote that the GOAT was preparing for the last dance, with Canton and the Hall of Fame as the next stop. Naturally, that sparked immediate debate. A lot of fans felt like Cris had basically spoiled Travis's own retirement announcement before Travis got the chance to share it himself. One fan straight up accused the trainers of chasing clout with zero loyalty. Another called the whole thing messy and inappropriate, arguing it wasn't anyone's place to say that except Travis. A third fan pointed out that Travis has always said he doesn't want a big farewell tour or extra attention pulled onto him mid-season, and that he's earned the right to make that call on his own terms. Travis himself hasn't addressed any of it publicly yet, and honestly, retirement talk isn't new for him.
Season kind of restarts in April, and I want to give the Chiefs a good opportunity to, whether I come back or not, and vice versa, like whether they want me back or not. It's one of those things where I'd like to make that decision before they got to get draft picks.
Plenty of people expected him to walk away after last season's rocky run, especially once Patrick Mahomes went down with an ACL injury. But Travis chose to come back instead, reportedly not wanting to end his career on a low note. He still managed to be one of the Chiefs' top performers all season despite everything, even signing a one-year, $12 million extension earlier this year.
We're excited, man. I think Coach Veach and the entire staff have brought in some of our favorites in terms of coaches, but also some of the best in the league have been added to the team. So it's exciting times, and I'm just ready to get back in the Chiefs uniform, man.
Between the wedding and now this retirement speculation, it's genuinely been a whirlwind summer for the guy. And on top of all that mystery, still zero official wedding photos, guests staying completely silent, the secrecy train shows no signs of stopping. Now, though, attention's turning fully back to football. Chiefs rookies report to camp this week, with Travis expected to follow shortly after. Kansas City kicks off their season against the Broncos on September 14th, with Mahomes expected to be fully healed and ready to go by then, too. Up next, forget just Travis and Taylor stealing the spotlight, because apparently the wedding glow rubbed off on Mama Kelce, too, and she is not playing it low-key. Donna Kelce, who previously called her son's wedding magical in one of her rare public comments, decided to keep that celebratory energy going with a full night out that honestly stole the show.
I really can't say a heck of a lot except it was magical, man.
She and her friends started things off at a French brasserie called Coquette in Raleigh, North Carolina. But that was just the appetizer. They then headed to Bingo Loco in full costume, and Donna showed up rocking a bright green wig. She posted about the night on Facebook, saying it was a great night out full of laughter and dancing with her friends, and the comments section absolutely ate it up. One fan joked they finally understood where the boys get their personality from. Another said Mama Kelce is just out here living her best life on every side quest imaginable. And someone else pointed out that after raising two genuinely kind, talented sons, she's earned the right to do literally whatever she wants. Someone even jokingly asked if she'd ever made it up on stage during one of these outings, which honestly we'd pay to see. Meanwhile, over on the actual newlywed front, Taylor and Travis were spotted having their own little getaway too. They popped up at the ultra-exclusive Yellowstone Club in Big Sky, Montana, for what's being called their mini-moon. And for context on just how exclusive that club is, members reportedly include people like Bill Gates, Tom Brady, and Mark Zuckerberg. Unfortunately, the relaxation didn't last too long, because Travis was already spotted back at NFL workouts just last week. That proves once again that off-season or not, football waits for no one, not even a brand new husband. Anyways, even weeks later, this wedding is somehow still giving us new details every single day. And honestly, we're not complaining. Since we still don't have official photos, fans have been piecing together the whole picture through guest accounts. One of the sweetest details to surface recently comes straight from Jason Kelce. He revealed Travis actually planned a surprise musical moment specifically for Taylor at the wedding. Speaking on the Ross Tucker Football podcast, Jason also opened up more than usual, giving his brother genuine credit for his singing voice. He admitted Travis has always been able to carry a tune, and while he obviously wasn't on the level of the actual professional musicians performing that night, Jason said he held his own just fine.
Trav can sing. Trav has always been able to carry a tune. Obviously, paled in comparison to some of the other people singing that night, but he did okay.
Jason even joked that he's got some musical ability too, but was quick to admit Travis is definitely the better singer between the two of them. He also gave some insight into where that musical talent actually came from, crediting their hometown of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. He described it as this incredibly artsy, diverse town with deep hippie roots and a genuinely thriving music scene. Literally every kid gets handed an instrument in 4th grade, then either sings or plays music throughout middle school. According to Jason, growing up there just naturally exposed them to everything.
I think a lot of the fact that we kind of do a little bit of everything actually stems from when we grew up in Cleveland. We grew up in a city called Cleveland Heights. Very liberal, artsy town. So there's always been like a thriving music scene there. It's a very interesting town. And I think everybody in 3rd grade, you're starting to record. Everybody in 4th grade, you're getting a musical instrument. When you're in middle school, you're either singing or you're doing music.
Arts, athletics, academics, all at once. Meanwhile, on the fashion side of things, Sports Illustrated model Camille Kostek, who attended the wedding, gave people a glowing description of Taylor's dress. She said Taylor looked like an actual real-life princess in her custom Dior gown.
She literally was like a real-life princess in her custom Dior.
And for context, Taylor's publicist Tree Payne had previously confirmed that Dior's creative director Jonathan Anderson designed both Taylor's dress and Travis's wedding day look. That's all for this video, Swifties. Join me on the next one.